Alright, in this video I'm going to look at how you get your data, how you're going to display your data in graphs using Google Sheets. A few little things that I'm going to do might be a little bit weird, but just follow it and you'll be sweet. You're going to get a set of data, starting, in this case it's going to start in 2002 and the fourth quarter, so the last part of the year. And then it's going to go 2003, whatever. It's going to measure the data every 3 months. This one here is for electronic transactions in New Zealand, and you could do it for consumables, durables. If you're not sure what any of them are, you can look it up. I decided I want to have a look at the electronic transactions in New Zealand for fuel between these times. You can put this into a new sheet, which you can do over here. I've already prepared mine earlier, and I've copied across the first column and the fuel column, and I put it in here. And I'm going to work through the data. I'm going to work through my moving mean, that moving mean, centered moving mean. I'll talk about that when we get to that. The individual seasonal effect, and we're going to look at a little bit of reconstruction. Maybe this video, see if we run out of my 10 minutes. And I'm going to look at the seasonal effect, average seasonal effect. That'll be before the reconstruction. Alright, so moving mean. This one, we're doing quarters, so I want to take a mean of the first 4 quarters that are there, which will be these ones. Now, this one should be centered. If I was taking the mean of these ones, the middle of that is here. I can't put my value there, which is why we're going to start using our centered moving mean later on. I'm just going to put mine down below to start with. So to do a mean of those 4 values, an average, I'm going to do the mean. I'm going to put equals average, open a bracket, and I'm going to do these first 4 numbers. Close the bracket, enter. Alright, so that takes the mean of those first 4 values. I want to take the next ones. I can just, because this is sheets, I can just go down one, and you can see I've done an average of the next 4. And I want to keep doing that all the way to the bottom. I want to drag it down. And let's have a quick look. Yep, this one goes to the last one. If I went an extra one down, I would have averaged this blank square, which I would have just deleted it because I don't need to do that. So we've just done the first column. Well done. Keeping up. If you're not, pause it. Centered moving mean, like I said before, that this value here should actually be averaged here. But to center it, this value here should have been there. This value here should have been there. So if I average these two, the average of those should actually be lined up here in this square here. Looks a little bit strange, but it's equal. But this is how it works. So I'm going to go equals average. Average, and I'm going to put in the average of these 2 values. 1, and I'm going to put my center moving mean in. Oh, that just went to the top. Let's go back to the bottom. Just check to make sure I haven't done one too many. I have, so I'll just delete that value. I missed one little thing at the start. I'm going to insert a column to the left, and I'm going to start with this first column. It's going to be the quarter. This little trick here is just so you can put a trend line in later. I'm just going to label the quarter number 1, 2, 3. I don't have to go all the way down. Once I've done a couple of numbers, I can drag it down just like before. It treats it kind of like a formula. It's pretty cool like that. Alright, so now I've just got that extra column. That's for later. Surprise trick. At this point we could plot some graphs, but I'm just going to look at the individual seasonal effect. So that's just how much this affects compared to the normal. just have a quick look at what we've done. We've got the date, and I'm going to plot the centered moving mean. Just going to plot it. I'm going to do a line graph, and it's only got the one. I forgot to do the other bit. Let's cancel this. So start again. The date, the fuel, and the centered moving mean. And let's do our line graph again. This time you see that the fuel line, this is why we put titles on so I can see what these lines are. Fuel line, this is what it's looking like up there. It's getting quite high. And centered moving mean, so this is our average. When I'm doing my individual seasonal effect, I'm looking at the difference between what the average is doing compared to what the actually happening. It's called seasonal because there tends to be a seasonal pattern in these types of things. I'll insert that just for kicks and giggles. You'd have to change the chart title and the axis label, and that's all good, but you'd have to change that title there. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll say that. We'll put another graph in later. So my individual seasonal effect is the difference between, so I'm going to push equals because I'm doing a formula, difference between the actual value, difference means minus, and the centered moving mean. So this means that was $54 million below the seasonal effect in that case. Sounds significant. That sounds really significant. Used to dealing with that many, or thousands of dollars, sorry, $54,000. Anyhow, alright, so that's our individual seasonal effect. We're going to look at the average individual seasonal effect. So I'm going to do an average, which is an equals average. And I want to do an average of all the first quarters. It's going to be weird. I'm going to do this so I don't have to do the formula again later. But I'm going to do an average of this blank one. And the next first quarter, which is, that's the fourth quarter. I'm going to do the first quarter, comma, the next first quarter, comma, the next first quarter. This is going to be tedious to watch, but you're going to get the idea. Comma, next one, comma. Let's see if I can use this trick to go down. Google Sheets is not that nice to go down. Go all the way down. This one, comma. This one, comma. You getting the idea? Don't go to sleep. This one, comma. Still going. Oh, I lost it again. And last one, this one. And I'll close the bracket instead of comma. Right, so that's the average of all those. I don't really like seeing all those decimal places. Let's get rid of a few using this thing. 2 sounds good. Alright, now I can just drag it down, and that would have done all the second quarters. And then I can drag it down and do all 4 of them. Ooh, get out of it. Oh, I lost a line there, but you can put them back. Okay, so those are the average individual seasonal effects. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to look at the reconstruction in the next video. And we're going to use the individual seasonal effects, and we're going to try and plot to try and find a trend line, which is not as easy as it should be. All right. Good luck.